Hey, welcome back to Fan Mama Physics. In this video, we're going to continue on with order of operations with rational numbers. So let's begin. Last video, we looked at decimals. In this video, we're going to look at fractions. Oof, okay. So again, the order matters in which we do certain things. And don't forget, you can divide and conquer, dealing with some of the easier ones rather than the dealing with the multiplying, dividing first before you do the adding and subtracting. But of course, brackets go first, so I'll do A together with us. So we'll do 3 over 4 minus 7 over 8. Okay, we'll do this one first. Okay, the before we subtract fractions, we have to make sure that they are in the same denominator, so common denominator here. It looks like they multiply the 4 by the 2 to get up to 8. So in brackets here, I get two numbers that are over 8. 4 times 2 gives me 8. 3 times 2 gives me 6 here, and then divided by negative 5 over 16. Okay, so this one I get 6 minus 7. That's going to give me negative 1 over 8 divided by negative 5 over 16. I'm going to get a positive number in the end since I have two negative numbers that are dividing one another. And again, here I just have to flip the signs around. I just have to make this in multiplication, and I flip my second fraction around. This is going to be negative 1 over 8 multiplied by negative 16 over 5. And which, guess what? There's some simplification we can do. 8 simplifies to a 1, 16 simplifies to a 2. So I get a positive number. 1 times 2 is 2, and 1 times 5 is 5. My final answer is positive, leaving me with 2 over 5. Moving on to the next one. Guess what? This is a good one for you to try. Please pause the video. Okay, again, I'm going to just box the fractions that I will be dealing with first, or the numbers I'll be dealing with first. Here I have a negative and a positive fraction multiplying, so I definitely will have a negative fraction in the end. For multiplication, and you know what, here, I can simplify this. 6 divided by 2 is 1, 2 divided by 2 is, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 2 divided by 2 gives us 1. So again, negative 1 times 1 is just 1. And then 3 times 3 is going to give me 9. So I have negative 1 over 9 plus half. Now we're adding and subtracting fractions. We need to make sure both of them have the same denominator. And it seems like I just have to multiply the 2 to find my lowest common multiple, which is going to be 18 for both. I have negative 18 here and positive 18 here. And to get the 18, I need to take 9 times 2, which I will also do for the top. For the 2, I need to multiply by the 9, which again, I will do for the top. If I add these two together, I have 9, which is my positive number, minus 2, which is going to give me 7 over 18. And that is my final answer. Okay, moving on to E. Again, good time to try this and pause the video. Okay, I also have two numbers that are multiplying one another. Very easy to deal with first. I have, let's see, 2 times 2 is going to give me 4. 3 times 3 is going to give me 9. And again, we got to add these two. So again, lowest common multiple between 12 and 9. That which is going to be, I can do 36 here. Okay, if I do 36. Don't forget the first one is negative. So to get 36, I need to multiply this by 3. Multiply the top by 3, which is going to give me 15. 9 to 36, multiply by 4. I multiply top by 4 as well to give me this. After I add the two, this is negative 15 plus 16. I have one extra positive than negative. This is going to be 1 over 36. Okay, awesome. Next one, I have D. All right. Guess what? I'm going to get you to try D as well. Good time to pause the video. Okay, so for this one, again, we have to make sure that division goes before multiplying. So this goes first, and then whatever's left over, we have to multiply. Okay, so I get negative 2 over 5. And wait a minute. If I take negative 2 over 5 divided by 2 over 5, that's just 1. But negative 1 in our case, since we have a negative sign over there, minus negative 3 over 7. But guess what? Multiplying goes next. So I get a negative times a negative. I'm still going to get a positive, which is still going to be 2 over 5 since it's just multiplying by 1. 2 over 5 minus, but wait a minute, if a minus of negative, that's exactly the same as me adding the same number. Now I can try to find the common denominator between the two, which is probably going to be 35. Now I need to find what number I multiplied, the bottom, to get the common denominator. This is 7. I multiply this by 7. So 2 times 7 gives me 14. 7, I need to multiply by 5 to get 35. So 3 times 5 is going to give me 15. And I'm going to add the 2. Oof, this is going to give me 29. This is going to give me 29 over 35, which cannot be simplified even more. Can we do both of these problems? I think so. So let's get crunching. Okay, so try this. Well then, very long, but can be it is doable. Make sure we follow the order, BEDMAS. Otherwise, try this yourself. Good time to pause the video. Okay, I'm going to keep everything here the same. Negative 1 over 2, negative 1 over 2, and then I'm going to minus this negative 2 over 3. I'm going to do the brackets first, okay, before I do the division. So here I have 1 over 3 plus negative 3 over 12. It seems that if I multiply this fraction by 4, I'm going top and bottom, I'm going to get the same fraction with the same common denominator here. So if I do 1 times 4, that's going to give me 4. 3 times 4 is going to be 12. I'm going to have 4 over 12 minus 3 over 12, which is going to give me 1 over 12. So this whole thing in the brackets is 1 over 12. Okay, so next up we do division first. And you know what? That's not going to affect us doing multiplication in the second step as well. So guess what? We're going to do multiplication as well. Negative times negative gives us a positive. 1/2 times a half is going to give me 1 on top and 4 on the bottom. So I have 1 over 4 minus whatever this is. This is going to be negative 2 over 3. But if I'm multiplying by 1 over 12, that's exactly the same thing as me flipping the fraction 12 over 1, or effectively just multiplying this by 12. Next up, we have the multiplication, which is this one over here, and this is going to give me 1 over 4 minus negative 2 over 3 times 12. 2 times 12 is 24, and I'm going to make that negative 24, and 3 I just keep at the bottom. Or I could have just simplified this as I went. I could have done 12 divided by 3, so I don't have to do it here, which 24 over 3, this is effectively just 8. Okay, so I have 1 over 4 minus negative 8, which is just the same as 1 over 4 plus 8. Okay, so this almost makes it easier to represent it with a mixed number. Our mixed number would just be 8 1/4. But as an improper fraction, okay, after we add the 2, it's going to be 8 times 4. 8 times 4 is 32 plus 1, 33 over 4. Okay, so there you go. That's the try yourself. Okay, we have one last one to do. Here is solve the following. To convert temperature in Fahrenheit to Celsius, use this formula. F is the Fahrenheit number, C is the Celsius number. We want negative 9.4 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. So we're going to substitute negative 9.4 in this equation, which is negative 9.4 minus 32 divided by 1.8. Order matters. So you might think that, oh, I take the 9.4, negative 9.4 divided by 1.8, but be careful, the 8.1 is dividing this entire top. So imagine there are brackets at the top. You have to do those first. So if we put those two together, this is going to add up, giving us 41.4, negative 41.4. Okay, and of course we can double check. 9.4 plus 32 Okay, and then we got to take the whole thing and divide it by 1.8. Divided by 1.8. It's going to give us 23. Very nice. 23, or actually negative, because this number is negative. Negative 23 degrees Celsius. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. It wasn't too bad, eh? Just to use that. So just be careful if you have any sort of fraction which you have more numbers at the top. It means that all of those numbers should be bracketed. Okay, so just be careful of that. Otherwise, hey, this is it. And it's the end of this unit. You've done it. You've finished Rational Numbers Unit 1. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you'll learn something and you can use this in your problems. Good luck. Fat Mama Physics signing out.